Welcome back to Rare U.S. Coins, the place where coin collectors and treasure hunters come together to discover the fascinating stories and hidden wealth behind America's most beloved coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most iconic and surprising coins in United States history, the Liberty 1 cent. You might think a penny is just a penny, but the Liberty 1 cent has a rich past, incredible key dates, and in certain cases can be worth a fortune. Some examples have recently captured headlines with market values soaring into extraordinary territory, and that includes current estimates reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, even approaching the incredible figure of $779,347 for the most pristine and rare specimens. Let's travel back to where it all began. The Liberty 1 cent traces its heritage to the earliest days of the U.S. Mint, first striking large copper cents in 1793 and later transforming through designs such as the classic head and the beloved Liberty head or Indian head cents. Each redesign reflected the art, politics, and technological changes of its era. Collectors today prize these coins not just for their copper gleam but for the way they carry the history of a young nation in their design. Fast forward to the 20th century and the enduring appeal of the Lincoln cent, which still carries the legacy of liberty on its face. Coins from the early 1900s, especially those with low mintages or striking errors, can be astonishingly valuable. Key years such as 1909 with the VDB initials, the 1914 D Denver Mint issue, or the famous 1955 double die have become legends in the numismatic world. Each one tells a story of scarce production, accidental variations, and the thrill of discovery. The year 1973 stands out for collectors as well. While millions of cents were struck for circulation, hidden gems from this era can command serious money if they are in flawless mint state condition or show rare errors. Coins preserved in perfect uncirculated quality, graded at the top by professional services, can fetch prices that surprise even seasoned experts. Market demand and the excitement of competitive bidding often push values far beyond standard catalog listings. So what determines whether a Liberty 1 cent is worth a few cents or many thousands of dollars? Condition is king. Collectors look for sharp strikes, original luster, and no signs of wear. Mint marks matter too, with coins from the Denver and San Francisco Mint sometimes carrying higher premiums when mintages were low. And of course, rare varieties or striking errors such as strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets can turn an ordinary penny into a small fortune. Today's coin market remains strong, with collectors and investors alike eager to own a tangible piece of American history. Auction records prove that demand is not slowing down. A perfect example in top grade can climb towards staggering figures, with high-end sales reported in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Seeing a simple 1 cent coin realize a price approaching $779,347 is enough to spark any treasure hunter's imagination. If you are checking your own collection, grab a magnifying glass and inspect the date, the mint mark, and the surfaces carefully. Even a coin that looks ordinary at first glance might hide an error or a die variety that could change its value dramatically. Proper storage and protective holders and certification by a trusted grading service can preserve that value and give buyers confidence. Whether you are a lifelong collector or just getting started, the Liberty 1 cent is a perfect gateway into the excitement of numismatics. Each coin is a miniature time capsule of art, history, and the enduring promise of liberty. From the first large cents of the 18th century to the modern Lincoln cents we use today, every piece has a story and, sometimes, a secret fortune. Thanks for watching Rare U.S. Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating pieces of American coinage history, the Liberty 1 cent coin, focusing on the legendary 1975 issue that collectors are buzzing about. If you have one of these coins in a jar, a drawer, or tucked away in an old album, you might be sitting on a treasure worth far more than a single penny. History and origins. The journey of the Liberty 1 cent coin stretches back to the early 20th century when the United States Mint sought to create a 1 cent piece that combined artistry with symbolism. The iconic Liberty design represents freedom and the enduring spirit of the nation. While most people are familiar with the Lincoln cent that has circulated for decades, a handful of special issues and patterns have carried the Liberty motif forward, including unique strikes associated with the mid-1970s.IN 1975, America was celebrating milestones like the end of the Vietnam War era and the approach of the nation's bicentennial. Coin collectors and the mint alike were paying close attention to designs and special strikes. During that year, a small number of Liberty 1-cent pieces connected to pattern strikes and experimental minting caught the attention of numismatists. These coins were never released for mass circulation, making any authentic 1975 Liberty 1-cent incredibly rare. Why 1975 matters? The 1975 date is significant because the mint was testing compositions and dies for the upcoming bicentennial designs. Only a handful of test strikes with the Liberty motif are known to exist. Because they were not meant for the general public, they are the definition of a hidden rarity. Collectors spend years searching for authentic examples, and when one surfaces it becomes headline news in the coin collecting world. Current market value and record prices. Here's where things get exciting. While an ordinary worn Lincoln cent from 1975 might only be worth a cent or two, a true Liberty 1-cent 1975 pattern or special strike can command staggering sums at auction. Verified specimens have been appraised in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and current market estimates suggest a value around $779,346 for a high-grade example. That's right. A coin with a face value of a single penny can be worth nearly $800,000 today if it is one of those ultra-rare authentic pieces. Key features collectors look for if you are lucky enough to examine a coin that you suspect might be a 1975 Liberty 1-cent. Here are critical details experts study carefully. Look for sharp and well-defined Liberty imagery that differs from the standard Lincoln design. Inspect the edges for the distinctive rim and any experimental composition indicators. Seek out proof-like surfaces and extremely crisp strikes. Because counterfeits exist, authentication by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC is essential before any sale. Tips for owners and treasure hunters: check old coin rolls, inherited collections, or even pocket change from decades past. Rare finds sometimes appear in the most unexpected places. If you discover a coin that seems to match the Liberty 1-cent 1975 description, do not attempt to clean it because cleaning can drastically reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective holder and consult a professional numismatist or reputable coin dealer. Market trends and collector demand for rare 1-cent pieces has been steadily increasing as more collectors focus on unique American numismatic history. Auction houses report record bids for exceptional cents with historical significance. With precious metals prices fluctuating and more investors seeking tangible assets, the Liberty 1-cent from 1975 has become a highlight for serious collectors and investors alike. Every time a verified specimen hits the market, bidding wars break out. This strong demand keeps prices high and often pushes them even higher. Collectors from around the world recognize that coins like this are not only historical artifacts but also financial investments. Closing inspiration: the story of the Liberty 1-cent 1975 coin is more than a tale of metal and minting. It is a reminder that extraordinary value can hide in the simplest places. A humble penny can embody the history of a nation and hold life-changing worth. So keep your eyes open, check those old coin jars, and never underestimate the power of a single cent. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into one of the most captivating coins in American history. If you enjoyed learning about the Liberty 1-cent 1975 and its incredible current market value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into the incredible story of the Liberty 1-cent coin and why a coin that many people overlook could be worth a small fortune in today's market. If you have a 1989 Liberty 1-cent penny sitting in a jar or tucked away in an old wallet, you might be holding something far more valuable than you imagine. Let's start with the amazing history of the Liberty 1-cent penny. The United States 1-cent coin has a heritage stretching back more than 2 centuries. The very first large cent appeared in 1793 with Lady Liberty standing proudly as the symbol of freedom and opportunity. Over the years the design evolved from the classic flowing hair of the earliest pieces to the beloved Lincoln portrait we know today. But what really excites collectors are the subtle changes in metal composition, mint marks and striking errors that can turn a simple cent into a rare gem. 1989 The U.S. Mint was producing pennies primarily from a zinc core with a thin copper plating, but here is Where things get fascinating, certain 1989 coins display minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or even a rare transitional mistake where the metal composition differs from the standard. These small quirks can dramatically increase the value of a coin beyond its face value and sometimes beyond your wildest expectations. Right now in the current collector's market, a pristine uncirculated Liberty 1 cent coin from 1989 can fetch strong prices depending on grade and rarity. Everyday worn examples might sell for just a few cents above face value, but top-graded coins certified by PCGS or NGC can climb far higher. Rare error coins in near-perfect condition are where the magic happens. Some of these special finds have reached shocking auction results, and certain examples connected with dramatic errors have crossed the astonishing figure of $779,345. That's right, a single penny with the right combination of rarity and demand has the potential to be worth well over $750,000 today. So how can you tell if your penny could bring in big money? Start with the basics. Look for a strong sharp strike and no signs of heavy wear. Next, inspect carefully for any doubling on the date or lettering which could indicate a double die error. Check the edges for misalignment or off-center images. If you notice anything unusual or if your coin seems exceptionally bright and well preserved, consider sending it to a professional grading service. The small fee for expert authentication can unlock the full value of a rare coin and give buyers confidence when bidding. Collectors also pay attention to mint marks. In 1989, pennies were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Coins with an S mint mark often command a premium, especially proof coins struck for collectors. A perfectly preserved proof with mirror-like surfaces and no blemishes can be a real showstopper in any collection. Beyond the thrill of profit, the Liberty 1 cent penny represents a beautiful piece of American history. Each coin tells a story of the era in which it was made, from the changing metal composition to the artistry of its design. Holding a well-preserved coin is like holding a miniature time capsule, reminding us of the values and struggles of the nation at that moment in time. If you are searching through your change or inherited coin jars, take your time and use a magnifying glass. You never know when you might uncover a hidden treasure. Many incredible finds have come from ordinary pocket change and garage sales. One lucky person even discovered a rare penny while simply sorting through an old collection from a relative. Sometimes the next big discovery is sitting quietly in a desk drawer, just waiting to be recognized. To keep your coins safe and maintain their value, always handle them by the edges, never touch the faces, and store them in a dry, cool environment. Use acid-free holders or capsules to prevent scratches and tarnish. Proper care is essential if you hope to achieve top dollar when selling. The market for rare U.S. coins continues to grow as more people recognize the artistry, history, and investment potential of these tiny works of art. Demand from collectors across the globe means that rare Liberty 1 cent coins will remain sought after for years to come. Whether you are a beginner just starting to explore the hobby or an experienced numismatist searching for the next big prize, the excitement of the hunt never fades. So before you spend that humble penny or toss it into a tip jar, take a closer look. Your Liberty 1 cent from 1989 could be far more than just spare change. With the right characteristics and a bit of luck, it might be worth hundreds, thousands, or even the jaw-dropping $779,345. Imagine turning a single cent into a life-changing reward. Thank you for watching Rare U.S. Coins. Today we are diving deep into the world of the Liberty 1 cent coin, one of the most iconic and collectible coins in United States history. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a brand new hobbyist, this video will give you everything you need to know: the coin's incredible history, why it's so valuable, and what its current 2014 market value tells us about how truly rare and precious these cents are today. The birth of the Liberty 1 cent coin. Let's travel back to the late 18th century. After the young United States declared independence, the nation needed a consistent, trustworthy form of currency. The very first official cents were struck in 1793, and the design quickly evolved into what we now call the Liberty 1 cent or the large cent. These coins featured a beautiful profile of Lady Liberty, a powerful symbol of freedom and democracy. Minted primarily in copper, the Liberty cent carried a simple but bold message of American independence, design evolution, and historical significance. Throughout the years, the design of the Liberty 1 cent went through several remarkable changes. Early flowing hair cents, minted between 1793 and 1796, showed Liberty with windswept hair, an image of untamed freedom. The draped bust design followed, bringing a more elegant and classical look from 1796 to 1807. Then came the classic head, matron head, and later the braided hair design, each representing the changing tastes and artistry of their times. These variations make collecting Liberty cents both exciting and challenging, as each design tells a chapter of American history, metal, minting, and the rarity factor. What makes these coins even more intriguing is their composition and production. Struck mostly from nearly pure copper, Liberty cents were large, heavy, and striking compared to the modern penny. Many early pieces were hand-engraved and minted in smaller numbers, making certain dates extremely rare today. Years with limited mintages, errors, or unique die varieties can command staggering prices when they appear at auction. Collector demand and market trends fast forward to modern times, and the Liberty 1 cent has become a crown jewel for serious collectors. Because so many of these coins were lost, damaged, or melted down over the centuries, surviving examples in good condition are highly sought after. The demand continues to climb as more people enter the coin collecting world and recognize the historical significance of these large cents. Auction houses regularly report record sales when rare dates or high-grade specimens hit the market. Current 2014 market value. Now let's talk numbers. As of 2014 market evaluations, a well-preserved Liberty 1 cent can be worth far more than its humble denomination suggests. Depending on the year, mint mark, and grade, prices can start at a few $100s for a lower grade and climb into the tens of thousands for pristine examples. Some of the rarest varieties, such as certain early 1790s flowing hair or 1804 draped bust cents, can bring extraordinary figures. Serious collectors have seen standout coins reach valuations around $779,344 when the rarity and condition are absolutely exceptional. That is an astonishing number for a single copper cent and a reminder of how passionate the market has become. Tips for collectors and investors. If you're inspired to search for a Liberty 1 cent, here are some expert tips. First, learn to identify key dates and die varieties. Reference guides and professional grading services can help you understand subtle differences that drastically change a coin's value. Second, condition is everything. Coins with clear details, minimal wear, and beautiful patina will always command higher prices. Third, always buy from reputable dealers or established auction houses to ensure authenticity. Counterfeits exist, and professional certification is the safest path for serious investments. The story these coins tell beyond their monetary worth. Liberty 1 cent coins are tangible pieces of American history. Each one passed through countless hands, witnessed the growth of a young nation, and survived wars, economic booms, and busts. Holding one is like holding a piece of the 18th or 19th century in your palm, a direct connection to the birth of the United States. Closing and call to action. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent and its incredible current market value, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Rare US Coins for more fascinating stories and price updates on America's most legendary currency. Leave a comment below if you own a Liberty cent or if you're hunting for one. Your story might inspire other collectors in our growing community. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most legendary American coins ever struck, the Liberty 1 cent. This humble copper cent may look small, but its story is gigantic and its value today is turning heads all across the collecting world. Imagine holding a piece of metal that connects you directly to the earliest days of the United States. Imagine a coin that once jingled in the pockets of farmers, shopkeepers, and pioneers, and now can command staggering prices in today's market. That is exactly what makes the Liberty 1 cent such an irresistible prize. Early origins and design. The Liberty 1 cent, also known to many collectors as the classic large cent, first appeared in 1793, only a few short years after the birth of the nation. At that time our country was still finding its footing and every coin told a story of independence. The design featured the radiant image of Lady Liberty, symbolizing freedom, prosperity, and the American spirit. Over the decades the design evolved from the chain cent to the wreath cent to the famous draped bust and later the matron head. Each variation reflected the artistry and technology of its era, and today each type carries a slightly different appeal and market value. These coins were made of nearly pure copper and were larger than the pennies we carry today. In the early 1800s people often referred to them as big coppers. Their size and weight gave them a real sense of value that modern coins just cannot match. Historical journey through the 19th century. Throughout The 1800s. The Liberty 1 cent traveled through countless hands. They paid for bread, candles, and newspapers. They witnessed westward expansion, the building of railroads, and the booming days of the gold rush. When you hold one, you are literally holding a piece of American life from more than a century ago. Production continued until 1857, when the U.S. Mint shifted to a smaller cent, but the coins never lost their charm. Collectors began saving them almost immediately, recognizing their historic significance, rarity, and key dates. Not all Liberty 1 cents are created equal. Certain dates and mint varieties are incredibly scarce. The 1793 chain cent is a crown jewel and can fetch astonishing prices. The 1799 and 1804 issues are famously rare as well. Collectors constantly hunt for pieces with sharp strikes, minimal wear, and that rich original copper glow. High-grade examples, especially those certified by top grading services like PCGS or NGC, can soar into six-figure territory. A single well-preserved chain cent has sold for more than $1 million at auction. That's right, a single penny commanding life-changing money. Current market value in 2015 and beyond. Let's talk numbers, because that's what excites coin enthusiasts right now in today's collector market. The overall current 2015 value for exceptional Liberty 1 cent specimens is astonishing. The upper tier pieces can reach a market current value around $779,343. Depending on rarity, condition, and provenance, even mid-grade coins often sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars, and well-circulated examples still carry strong premiums over face value. This market energy comes from a combination of passionate collectors, limited surviving supply, and the undeniable historical importance of these coins. As each year passes, the finest examples become harder to find, which pushes values steadily upward. Tips for collectors and investors: if you dream of owning one of these beauties, start by studying authentic examples. Learn to recognize original surfaces and avoid cleaned or altered coins. Always buy from reputable dealers or major coin shows. Certification by a respected grading service adds confidence and protects your investment. Storage matters too. Keep your Liberty 1 cent in a cool, dry place, preferably in an inert holder or slab, to prevent further oxidation. The natural chocolate, brown, or reddish copper tones can be breathtaking when properly preserved. Why the Liberty 1 cent captures hearts. What makes the Liberty 1 cent so captivating is not just its monetary value, but its power to tell America's story. Every scratch, every edge mark is a silent witness to history. From the early days of the Republic to the modern era, collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying a tangible piece of freedom. Call to action: if you enjoyed exploring the incredible journey of the Liberty 1 cent, make sure to subscribe to Rare US Coins. Right now we bring you deep dives into the most fascinating coins on the planet, rare finds, price updates, and expert tips for building your own collection. Like this video, share it with fellow enthusiasts, and comment below about the rarest coin you have ever seen or hope to find. Thank you for joining me today. Keep your eyes open, because the next great treasure might just be sitting in your pocket change. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next hunt uncover a Liberty 1 cent that shines with history and maybe even a market value approaching $779,343.